Girls, we're exploring some more Genshin right now. In the new area, and we're trying to get our new character, which we failed at getting, but we're at like wish 65 or so? I guess we'll see in a second. Let's see what we're at. So we should get her soon. Hopefully. Because that will bolster our Zubai team. I also really want Chaska's weapon. Because I love Chaska. Look at last day of that, huh? Interesting. I think we get another wish though. Alright, let's see what we're at here for Linnea. We are at, so there's 5 per page here. I know we're past 12. Which is 60. Alright, so there's 60. 1, 2, 3, around 63. 63. Okay. So let's see. We were exploring the city here. So there's lots of quests available. Let's go after this one first. This one looks closer. Head to the base of the old lighthouse. Okay. Oh my gosh, how? I have to go this way. Okay. Oh gosh. So we're going down. It's a whole lot. Oh man, my stomach is growling me hungry this morning. What other videos can we watch as we do this silly thing? Don't make this $5,000 mistake. Don't wrap your car purple. There's one mistake. Prune pre-release analysis. Uh-oh. Let's see what that is.
Prune is the brand new 4-star support coming into next patch. What does she do? What teams is she going to be on? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Jello Impact, where we build and test every single character to help you decide who you want to wish for.
Why is there anything down here?
By the way, if you've been enjoying the content,
Let me just check.
consider subscribing. It really helps the channel. Thank you. Prune is an Animo Catalyst 4-star. Can she finally dethrone Sucrose on at least one team? That is the bar. There have been characters trying to dethrone Sucrose. I feel like twice per region we had a character trying to dethrone Sucrose. At launch we had Dean, who couldn't compare. Venti was better at the time, but eventually fell off and Sucrose got better. In Inazuma we had Kazuha, who had his moment in the sun, but eventually fell off.
I can't get through there. Unless he gave me one.
And Farazan, Sucrose, you know, I mean, I guess Farazan is better for Wanderer, but that's about it. Otherwise,
oh, I can go this way.
Takes it. Lynette failed to dethrone Sucrose. Shanyon pretty much failed. She is a little bit better on some Gaming teams, but Sucrose is pretty much comparable. In Natlan, we had Chaska. I mean, that's totally different, but we had Lanyan, who failed to dethrone Sucrose. Aoife, who failed to dethrone Sucrose for the most part. Yehoda, who failed. It's just insane. It's just insane. So we have another one.
Why is this guy scared
Prune.
of?
I can't believe her name is Prune. Seems fake. There's no way her name is Prune. For normals, she's another animal catalyst. So yeah, they are animal infused. Could potentially be a driver, but probably nothing you're going to be doing. For her skill, she summons an off-field damaging hammer. The hammer hits, and when it hits, it swirls, and when it swirls, it infuses an element, and it will hit again off field. So I think it hits one time here, and then 6 times off field is what we're thinking right now. There are some people wondering if you'll perhaps be able to avoid doing the tap skill twice and be able to just do it once, and her burst could be the thing. Refreshing the off field, at this point, I'm not exactly sure, so we'll just wait a bit longer. But either way, it doesn't make too much of a difference to the overall kit. As usual, things in the beta can always change, and I'll keep you updated on how they change. For her burst, she does off-field animal damage, and it has 70 energy cost, so on the higher side, realistically. Energy might be an issue, and it would be an issue if it weren't for her C1, but we'll talk about that in a minute. For her passive, it just gives her more damage, and then she gives a damage bonus buff of 35% that's based on her attack, so you're really going to want to build a lot of attack on here. And then if she's in a Hex Resonance, she will give herself attack, and this will be very important because it's really hard to build her attack, actually, especially since Thrilling Tails is a 3-star weapon with an HP main stat. It's hard to get proper attack on her if you're using Thrilling Tails. For her constellations, her C1 gives energy restoration when her skill hits. Her C2 gives more attack. Her C4 gives her more personal damage, and her C6 gives a 350 attack buff to the team, which is a pretty good constellation. I would say it's not as good as some other C6s we've had, but it is pretty good. Her overall buffing profile, I would say, is a little bit on the lower side for a C6 4-star. It's not terrible. It will be alternative for a person market. I just want to give a little bit of a disclaimer. Let's assume this assumes 7 hammers and a shorter rotation time as Venti, which is very generous. Personally, I think a shorter rotation time makes sense, as Venti has to scale burst and normal, and the burst is a 5-star animation, so Prune does have to double skill,
we're
but
not going that way.
Long of an animation time as Venti, so I feel like having a shorter rotation time makes sense. 7 hammers, I don't know if that's generous or not. We'll have to wait for footage to tell for sure. And then overall, we're looking at 120k DPS with Prune compared to 122 with Venti, and then 132. One of the problems is that the rotation time overall, it assumes Thrilling Tails every other rotation, which is a shame. And Flip also said that he's assuming she has the same base attack as Yansan, which is the high version, which is also important. It's going to be really hard to build her. I imagine if she has a lower base attack, which I don't see why she would, but if she was, it'd be almost impossible to run Thrilling Tails. It'd be just run a different weapon at that point, so why not run really fun. It is looking like she does, in fact, but this is she might not have the double skill. Overall, updated health is kind of anyways, where but one thing that we touch on here is that Sucrose is quite a decent downgrade from Venti. So the fact that she's an upgrade from Venti, or at least comparable, means that if you don't have Venti, which I know a lot of Parka players don't, and you're playing with Sucrose currently, that Prune, even at C2, which she will likely run with Nicole, and you will likely get Constellation 2 Prune on your way to getting Nicole. I mean, even Constellation 1 should be enough, close enough. This should help Parka's accessibility all, even if the damage doesn't really get a noticeable upgrade until C6 compared to Venti, but it will be more accessible. So overall, I do think this is a win for Varka overall. It'll help some players more than others. Will she work with anyone else is the question. The trouble is, to give enough attack to her to buff properly, she will probably need the Hex Resonance, and what other teams can you really fit that on, who also need the attack? I don't imagine it'll be anywhere close to Overload with Razor. Maybe those mono pyro teams that I was talking about in the Nicole video, maybe Durin plus Nicole plus Nicole, that should be a bigger box than Sucrose would be. As one of the better sources without discovery, there's no reason to bring yourself to overload it, so maybe an animal character that gets passed on the whole team.
Where the heck is this thing at?
So that could be better for the. I wonder if it's like
This is horrible. I can't do anything.
Just like it does for Marka, and of course, as more time goes on, you get more health. We'll be able to see everyone else. Overall, I am somewhat hopeful that I think it's definitely going out better than previous.
Oh my gosh, this is so annoying.
Than it was for Yehoda, and she should have a better place in the meta.
Thank you, CV. Appreciate you stopping in and saying hi.
So overall, somewhat helpful for this character.
Have a good evening or morning or night. I think it's night for you.
Getting her, using her in your games. Please subscribe if you like, and if you don't want to.
This is so dumb.
Thanks so much. Bye.
So close. All right, thank you, CV. Enjoy your sleep. It sounds good. I wish I could have slept more. So annoying.
Backstory here is it's intense and it's sad at the same time. Sad.
So annoying.
So let me just read straight to you. Client states the vehicle had a knock and it's hard to start. He inherited it from his fiance 2 years ago. This has been an issue ever since he got it. He originally went down the rabbit hole due to a heat soaking and a hard start. So I guess he thought, it was getting hot and it was hard to start. And he was looking at it himself. He took it to a shop. It's the first time in his life he ever went to a shop. And they told him it was 180 degrees out of time. They ended up replacing the entire top end due to stating the camshaft broke. All right. Okay. All right.
For a hot soak.
Yeah, I mean
That's a little weird.
Camshaft broke. 180 pounds. Okay, we're already down the rabbit hole there. He also had repairs. At that point, they told him the entire fuel system needed to be replaced. Also, they authorized that. And he had the PCM replaced. And then I guess one feet out on top of it, replaced it, and then put another one. When he finally wrote a letter to corporate after 2 years back and forth, and they told him the vehicle was ready to pick up. Good. He showed up the next day, and they said it was a battery. He went out with the guy, who then mentioned they broke gears and stuff. I don't know what broke gears and stuff means, but that's what the lube tech told him. At that point, got in the vehicle and started, and it was louder and was still hard to start. He went back inside, told them it was not fixed, and he left it there. The next day, he received an email stating they will no longer work on the vehicle and come get it. So, went and got it, and here she sits. We are already prepped because I know this thing's been sitting forever. We've got our little top-down booster here.
Got a potato.
I know the battery is going to be stone dead on it.
Another test subject.
Right off the bat.
Becomes the hunted.
I don't know. It looks like it's been off because you kind of see something happening right where the head gasket is. I don't know that it's a new head. No, definitely not a new head. I don't know. That head's even been off. It looks like it has here, but then you get back there, it looks like it's all greasy. Unless it came off and nobody put it in nobody cleaned it or did any work on it.
We'll go up
They
there.
say they replaced the battery?
They just said it needed a battery. I don't know.
5 of 23?
5 of 23?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Hard to say what's been done on this thing. Okay. Well, let's not go down the same rabbit hole everybody else seems to have gone down. Can't get it to at least spin over. Yeah. 138,000 miles. Want to be 100% here. All right.
Where's the... So it can't be up there, can it? I guess it can be up there.
Okay. Wow. Way too fast. Well, you can hear it. I don't know. Alright, well. Sounds like timing. It's popping back, doing all kind of stuff. We'll work this up, pop back to this. Sounds like the intake. Let's get it out. We're going to get it pushed in. We're going to move some stuff around, get it pushed in the shop, and we're going to determine what's wrong with the car. I mean, yeah. If they put a cam catcher in, you think the thing would be in time, nothing else. But let's get it in the shop. I'm laughing right now. It's just sad. So we're going to get a battery put in this thing. Got the battery in here, and I'm getting I'm starting to look up the wiring and positions for the crank sensor and cam sensor. I don't want to go straight after they've got the automatic timing off because they've got the ignition timing off. It'll sound like the same thing. So I've got the crank sensor connected right here. The cam sensor is here. And I went to just pull to see that there's like a little loom that's kind of covering the wire color. So I went to just kind of pull the loom back and watch what happens.
Probably not a good idea.
That should not be. That's got to be set in a very specific spot so that the timing is correct. So we know right off the bat that that's not going to fly. So
I have no idea how to get all the way up there.
I know on the old Ford there was a tool that you put on top of it. Set the timing on their camshaft sensor. That's the procedure, service repair. Alright.
Come here, slime.
Yeah.
Has it seriously evaded that? Oh my god, dude.
Okay. Temporarily install a toothpick or similar tool through the access hole at side on the drive house. Align the toothpick into the mating hole
Here.
on the pulse line. On the old pump. Drive. Slot.
20 animal particles, okay.
cylinder number one on top of the center. Okay. And then you're going to do all that over again. It's the basic
these guys take damage or no? Tanky.
Time it really exactly like that, actually. But since we have no idea, we're starting. We don't know if they're even close. We're gonna have to start from scratch. So we're gonna have to bring it up top dead center. We're gonna know it's on top dead center. Unfortunately, is to get number one plug out of it.
That goes up there.
Normally, except on this one, you've got to pull this entire coil.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll go up. At least unlock this. Old sanatorium site.
We're going to get some stuff out of the way. We're going to get this coil pack off of this and just kind of give us a good basic starting point on the timing, the ignition timing at least, because that cam timing is, we got tape on it. Look at this.
Come on, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe that was them or anything. It might have been knocked up forever. Who knows? I'm not saying. I'm just looking at the funness that it is.
I don't have.
But this is just like, for those of us that are old enough to remember, this is like ignition timing, right? You set your distributor. If that's off, this thing's not going to be anywhere near. It's not going to be running for sure. It's going to pop and do all kind of stuff. And the problem is, like, let's say somebody put a distributor in, and you're trying to turn it to set the timing, but they've got the distributor way off in the left field, then who knows? You're never going to get the distributor to turn far enough, because the same thing's going to run into the wheel. We've got to get this thing set at a base spot, and then we can, I mean, it might just start up and run for all we know, but at the very least, we'll know we've done it connected, or we've got it, you know, in the engine at the right spot where they'll give us the best opportunity. Because I did notice this also when I was looking at the crank sensor, that it does have a brand new crank sensor in the vehicle. So, new crank sensor looks like a new housing even for this cam sensor. Housing's got some stickers on it down there. Hard to tell from where I'm standing, but I mean, that sticker might be original, maybe. I don't know. So, we're going to find out. We're going to get this thing timed up. Let me get the coils off of this thing. Go ahead and bump it. I'll tell you when to stop. Yes, I know I can do this with my finger, but it's kind of deep in there. Just bump. Manual transmission.
I thought it was an automatic for a while.
He's not used to it.
Okay.
Not in the world, not many that we get into nowadays. Not many of them that we get into nowadays. What were you doing there?
Oh, another one.
You're bumping it over until compression comes out. It's got a little whistle on it. So usually I just put my finger over it. You know, the gear focus stuff. Except that like that now on the front part. Because we've got to get it all the way up. We've got to get it
Oh no.
Got Eric down here. He's got the wrench on the crank pulley. He's going to be able to turn the crank pulley, you know, one way or whatever. I've got my screwdriver. I'm going to come over here in the spark plug on top of the piston. And I'm going to feel as this thing comes up, right? I'm going to be able to tell when it gets all the way to the top. We could do have these things, but which will push this out. And you can see it's got little notches on it, and you'll be able to tell when it gets all the way to the top. The problem that I run into on ones that this steep with an angle is pushing this way, and sometimes it doesn't like to push it out. And so, that's it. Okay. I'm thinking there should be a timing mark, although I don't see it. Now, Chris, my gosh, man, he came through there like, what's that? Yeah, but what was that? The Kool-Aid guy. What did he say when he came through, the Kool-Aid guy? Oh yeah. Yeah, we're good, man. We got Enrique over here. Nah, good wait. Oh, there was a. Okay. There's a mark. You want to show him? You can kind of see it there. See the white dot lined up with that mark there. The second mark right there. And that second mark is 0. So.
Where am I going?
Maybe. Right? There's the dot. So we're gonna. I was pretty impressed with myself that I was able to get that laser on that. Do that mirror on that dot. Oh yeah. Off the mirror onto the dot. When I was in 9th grade, we used to set up a laser all the way around the school. That was back in the day, man.
What happened?
They're illegal? Back in my day, do whatever. No rules, baby. Real quick, when you think we're done, we're actually not. We're going to talk to the client at the end of the video and ask him what he paid, what all was done to it.
Where'd the dog go?
So if you're really interested in hearing that, watch all the way to the end. And while you're here, jump down and hit that subscribe button.
Mysterious girl.
90% of you guys are not subscribed. You're watching it.
Hi, man.
Sherwood's telling me you're on the TV and it's hard to subscribe on there. Just get that remote, hit that subscribe button. It really helps. Get to 500,000, 500,000, and we're moving up on it pretty quick. Massive hit. So jump down there and hit that subscribe button. Back to the video. And now, what we want to do is pull the sensor off of this. Get these little guys off. Everybody's seeing here, you should see, if memory serves me, it's just a window, basically, like a half window. Alright, so now, I don't have any tools.
Oh no, Magic Mountain. Alright, well, let's go here for now. I wonder if I bet you Catherine isn't over there. Still named. Well, I don't know. She's made multiple appearances in the same region, so maybe.
This thing, hopefully they've got this thing in there. Gotta figure out something small that would be perfect. That's all.
Alright, big money. That's money, but not big. Oh, there's Ino again.
The belt gauge.
Now that is a belt gauge, but that's probably a little bit small. Plus I need to get it in there.
Right. They're coming. Here they are. He said he delivers all your needs.
How much are these? That's why we don't buy anything from you.
Oh my gosh, you ruined the pants.
I knew you would ruin it.
Free, bro.
No, $5 for everybody else? This deal's for you and you alone. Thank you. I'm gonna find the alright.
C5. Ridiculous. What does 6 even do?
The competition thing we were talking about.
Wait, what? There's an elemental burst.
Oh.
My active characters: Electro Charge, Bloom, Lunar Charge, Lunar Bloom, and Lunar Crystallize action is increased by 15%.
You've lost the whole.
I don't know that I ever had it, honestly. Got this piece of plastic for now. Yes, it does
Moon
do fix
Sign
but I just wanna show you
Ascendant
guys.
Gleam.
The hole in the
I don't know what Ascendant Gleam is.
window that's supposed to be lined up is way over there.
I have no idea, man. I don't see Ascendant Gleam anywhere.
Okay. I looked around thinking that I saw the hole over here on the housing. It's actually way over here. Come in.
Okay, so that just fires some stuff.
There's the hole in the housing. So that
Okay, there we go.
should be over here, right?
Okay.
Clearly, that's out. Actually, that's 187. Now I am concerned now that I see that it is directly 180 degrees out. I'm questioning myself.
Wait, did I not get that down here? I did not get that one.
Should I question myself? Because that's literally.
I feel like I should go up on this plateau straight north
Myself.
and
More than
left.
whoever put that in there. How about that? I could be wrong. I might be redoing this. Just take that. Look at already this. That. This is the oil pump garage, yeah.
Carl failed to come on stairs. It's funny. Okay. First things first, let's go to where we want to get up there, it looks like, somehow.
Hang on.
How do you think that's going to happen? This is a sanatorium.
I guess that was a piece of the gasket. Doesn't look too new. So, we're going to have a gasket for this. And it should be able to get them in there, right? But it's 180 out. So you see this is slotted into the oil pump. And I need it to be there, which should get me really close to that's where we want it to be.
Alright, let me try to find a gasket.
So we need to get a gasket too. I might.
Yeah, this take me up on the other side. Maybe I can just fly across?
Got the new gasket. Pretty simple. That one was pretty crunchy and old. Kind of a little worrisome. Well, maybe it never got out. Who knows? All there is to it. Alright, let's go ahead. Put this in there.
These are radishes? This isn't what we were looking for, is it? Alright, we gotta go on the other side here. There's a chest up here, though.
Second. Oh, yeah.
I thought there was a chest up here, wasn't there?
Slot in there.
Or no? There's this guy. I guess there is no chest. I thought there was a chest over there, but maybe I
No.
mistook.
Pretty important. And a lot of that.
Alright, I mistook an enemy for a treasure chest? Interesting.
there's some sensor to face where I want to
I mean, since we're here, might as well take care of it.
which is like perfect. That's where I want it. And now it's lined up. Got a little bit of movement there. We might have to do a little system. We'll see. We can do that with a scope if we need to, but this should get us hopefully in the area where it will start. So now, let's on that. So now we're going to move. Don't have to worry about it. I mean, I can turn the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that. So now that that's in, lined up, down. Get the sensor back in it. Spark plug definitely does not look good at all. I'm gonna roll with it. We're gonna find out.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Hopefully I'll stay on there. No exhaust on this thing past right here. Resonator or maybe the muffler. Oh. Hopefully that'll hang. Maybe I did it wrong. Not the same way as it did.
This is the boss. Oopsies.
Alright. We're going to go a little more in depth here. We're going to get this coil pack back off of it. We're going to get the number one coil control wire from the PCM, the ECM. We're going to get that on the scope. We're going to get in-cylinder pressure transducer on here. So we're going to see when, in relationship to the compression stroke, when is the engine control module firing that spark plug. That's going to tell us, and we're going to also, although with cranking, it's very difficult to tell if your cam timing is off, but we're at least going to get an idea if it's like something's way off. But maybe I had that thing popped up, and maybe I put that thing in backwards. But that means that I've got it basically 180 degrees of where they had it, and it's still doing exactly the same thing. So we're going to we're just going to kind of start over here, and we're going to, this will give us, this should give us the answer on the timing part of it 100%. I mean, it's going to take a couple of minutes to get everything set up, and then we can come back and show you down the scope. It took me a minute to get this hooked up the way so it would work. Let me show you what I've got. I had to hook the coil pack up and get our number one coil fire. We got fire number 1 and number 6 coil. Or number 1 and number 6
I think this is battleground here.
Fired by that one coil. The way that I figured that out is so you could know the, that I was going to ask, how do you know that? This is going to be one coil for 2 cylinders, like what we'll call a DIS system. The firing order, take a firing order, go into the dry erase here. About. Here's our firing order. That's how we get to the score, right? And what we do is we take the second half of the firing order and we move it under the first half, which would be 6, 2, 4. This is going to fire together. This is going to fire together. This is going to fire together. So that's how you figure out which coil is going to fire what on a DIS system. Not coil unplugged. This is one that has basically 2 cylinders for 1 coil. So that's how I figured that out. I've got a spark tester in number 6 and a spark tester in number 1, and I've just got them connected together. Because the way that it fires through 1 coil, through the spark plug, blah, 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 comes back up to the other spark plug, back into the coil, makes a loop. That was the only way that I could get a good ignition strike to happen.
I'm not sure what we're doing.
I'm not doing without the coil hooked up at all. I just think we could get some kind of a signal to the coil pack, and we couldn't get anything that would read properly enough for me to make a decision. Again, I've still got the pressure transducer number 1 cylinder. Let's pull up the, when we spun it over, and we're going to look at it. So here it is spinning over. Don't worry about this.
Closing my eyes, taking an apple, pressing X.
This is our green peaks, is our compression. You can see our cranking compression is sitting up here about 140. So that's perfectly fine there. Maybe a little low, but yeah, we'll look at it. So let's look at our ignition timing thing. Before I say that though, I did go back just to double check. But now I have this in here. I just unplugged this, spun it over, bumped it, shot out here, right? So that means we're at top dead center. And I did check, just pulled the sensor, not the whole assembly back out, just the sensor back off of it. That is facing the correct direction, right? So that's in there correctly. So it was installed incorrectly before. It's installed correctly now. But let's look at our firing. Our firing is happening incorrect time. So let me get some cursors. I want to show you guys how to do this. So we come over to the peak of this one. Go to the peak of this one. Okay. And then we're going to mark our camshaft.
That's the beginning of the game.
So this will give us where our camshaft will be in degrees. I'm not really concerned about that so much right this second. I will tell you that this exhaust cam, if you look at it right there, where the exhaust valve is opened, I'm going to say it looks about right. It looks like somewhere in the 30 degrees before bottom dead center, maybe a little bit before that. We might be able to have specs on this one. We'll look at that in a second. I'm looking more like the last again. Come over, put it back on 0, and then we bring the other one over. Look at that spark fire right there.
Oh, that's tired.
95 degrees, right after top dead center. We want that firing somewhere about right.
That looks fun.
Maybe a little bit. Right in that area.
What is this?
Right in this area right here. So it's definitely firing at the
You
wrong
can hold
time.
a dragon skill.
Is that going to be
Charge releases go around, change various objects. Why so many pieces?
Sit there and move that thing around like a distributor and get that thing come back. Before I do that, I want to just get the cam crank correlation also and see what they look like. Because they put a crank sensor in this thing also. Are we getting something that doesn't look correct there before I go down the path of moving that sensor? It could just be something as simple as tweaking that sensor.
Okay. Do I get something incredible? Incredible.
So then now what I'm going to do is get 2 more channels. A channel on the crank and a channel on the cam and get it all on the screen all at the same time. Show you what I got. Got those signals pulled up. Let me show you what they look like. I'm going to show you something interesting that I just saw, which made me look down another path. So if you go in, zoom in, and just get a few of these. This one, right here, looks like it fired at the correct time. You guys can see what I'm marking right here. but then this one didn't. And then if we keep going over this, we can see that this one was fired at the right time. So it looks like they're coming and going. At the right time, right time, wrong time. Okay. Then I started looking at the patterns themselves.
Okay.
Look at the crank sensor.
Okay, I don't need to read
right?
that.
I said, all right, well, what is that crank sensor supposed to look like? So I was able to find in the eScope software a known good from a newer model. I want to say this was a 2000. Hang on. This is a year on 2000. Hang on. 2004. 2004. So this is 2004.
Okay.
You can see what that sensor looks like. If I take the yellow one and move down, the yellow is our crank. Oops, sorry. This is our crankshaft on this one. You see our cam looks like our cam. Right? They look correct. That one looks the same as this one. But this one, this crankshaft right here does not look like that crankshaft at all. Well, I said, okay, well that's a 2004. Is that just not right? It's different for 2004. So then I look on here, on Rush. This is a 2000.
Like anything for moving that?
98, and you can see what the crank sensor on it looks like. Same thing. It's got it's this one here. So we see the two crank sensors that we have known good for, even though we don't have this exact year. 2 years before this, or I'm sorry, this is 2002. So 4 years before this one is the same as the 2 years after this one. They look identical. That's going to lead me to think that there's something wrong with this crank sensor in the speaker. Either the crank sensor itself or the pickups that it's, the and I don't know what this picks up off. Obviously, it's off of it's not a flywheel. It's a flywheel on this one. Ooh, man, my brain's hurting right now. All right, we're going to pull this crank sensor out of it. Because I'm not worried about that cam sensor right now. I'm not worried about the timing of that cam sensor. I think it's right. I'm thinking that this crank sensor is just all over the place, and it's just the engine module is just trying to randomly pick where it wants to fire. We don't know what brand that is. We don't know what it, if it's. I don't know. I don't think that it's got might have a spacer in there. They're not really sure of that.
Okay.
Let's get it out of there and let's take a look at it. The other thing that I
memory factor
up to it, sadly, is. I'm just gonna take this scope lead off of it, and I was just doing this, and it went whoop, popped out. So sadly, the clip is something on this is damaged. It's on this piece, or possibly on this one. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be on this side, because if it's on this side, it'll come to the middle, and that'll be fantastic. So let's get that out of there, and let's take a look at what we're dealing with. God, this!
Yeah.
I mean, holy moly, they got that tight. That's one of them loose. There you go.
Go to the center.
That's more difficult to get to, so I'll do it last time.
Oh.
What it is?
Well, what? A malleable platform. What? What is that? I can move stuff? Can I wish yet? No.
Here's the old sensor. We got a new one. Thank goodness we can still get a bicycle sensor. Because you're always going to question this stuff. And there is the new one. Oh, get this one in.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to leave a note up
Well,
right
it
there.
has to go that way.
I did look down in on the pickup wheel, on the flywheel, and it looked fine. I didn't see any issues at all with that. Now it's just easier to get under here and do this. At least the one bolt is.
Where are we?
They're not going to take us
This is
out.
beautiful.
You know, 752 foot-pounds. What you doing, Z? Oh goodness, Z's coming in. He's coming in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. I know. Evo please. Evo please. It is. The sensor is right here. And it just has 2 bolts in it that are going to hold it into the transmission. See if I can't zoom in without messing you guys up too much. You can see it. You can see it there. Never easy. It feels like it's just always something. We got the new sensor installed in the Jeep. Physically it bolted in, no problem. The connector, which one of my rules is to always double check everything. When we went to plug it in, this connector is just ever so slightly more square than the other one. Here's the one we pulled out of it. Maybe. And I'm going to look back out. You're probably wondering about what you got going on there. Yeah, but you guys can see this, the corner is just slightly more round. So, it will not plug in. As you can see, I've taken some jumpers and connected to the sensor and to the connector.
I've got the viewpoint.
I've just got it jump here, and then I have the signal wire right there. That's how on the cable. And I've got that pattern pulled up. Now, this pattern was pulled up, as you can also see that I have put back in the coil assembly. Only put a couple bolts in. I literally put the spark plug back in there, threw that on it. After I got this pattern, because I'm going to show you the pattern and show you why I did that. The crank sensor, if we look at this, still looks a little weird. It still doesn't look like the other sensors that had pulled up. Go back over again. So we're going to go back over it. You can see that it's actually
Those are chunky, man.
Not that. So, I had the same thing as before. It looked a little bit better. I just pulled it up and got it in the butt.
Those have it, but they're more.
Stand out. If we look down, we clearly have a stripe. That's what we want that stripe to be. That's what we want that.
Not the biggest fan of this
That's what we
team.
want that stripe to be. So the firing was happening at the right time. Come in.
Okay, can't get that. Never
Around
mind.
a little bit. Get a cursor. That way you guys can see that. This is exactly what you want to see. If you remember from what I told you before, we wanted it to fire. Well, now we're seeing it. And we'll go here. That. Look at the cursor. Do this. Move it over here. And you can see that where that strike happened, which I'm just taking the cursor and I'm moving it right over where the spark happened. 21 degrees before top dead center. So that's exactly what we want to have happen. The vehicle actually, I stuck that back on there, and we were about to have our Thanksgiving lunch over here, and I'm like, I gotta go before I walk over there, and I started that. I ran for like 2 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead. This one crank. This would obviously crank. They'll have the,
Oh, seriously, bro.
Going to pressure sensors in there. So we have that waveform. Now we don't have that in. I still have the crank amp connected. So what we're going to do now is fire this thing up. I mean, flat off. I'm not getting any gas for it. Even with the extractor, it's still not off. Oh, it's not? Fell off? Fell off. Alright, let's see what we have. We'll let that thing run for just a minute here. Turn our red off. Our red is still our ignition. Let's go ahead and on our crank center, let's just see what it looks like. Oh, our crank, there's our crank. There is what we expect to see. There we go. Perfect. Oh, whew, man, that thing is smelling
The
bad.
heck is going on here?
Got a little ripping going on. Crank center is perfect. We know this crank center is going to make a big run. We've got to figure out whether we're going to do connector, whether we're going to replace the margin side of that would match that crank sensor, which would, for me, be absolutely perfect because remember the harness side, it is that side that's pressed up and then clip in. But I'm trying to find that. Did some research online.
Okay.
It looks like a bunch of aftermarket companies offer an upgrade kit to replace the connector end on the harness side. Maybe that's been done in the past. This is a 2002. This is 23, almost 24 years old. So maybe somebody's done that in the past. And now the original connector, the original sensor will no longer fit in it. But you're going to go get all the connector experts to see if you can't get a shell for the Jeep that would fit this new sensor that's in there. Because I'd rather keep the Jeep sensor in it right now, the Chrysler sensor in it right now. But for all intents and purposes, we fixed the vehicle. We had the cam sensor was off, right? I think what happened here was whatever work they did, I don't know as far as cam being broken and all that, no idea. But clearly what happened towards the end was the vehicle wouldn't start. They put a cam sensor in and a crank sensor in it at some point. I don't know which one went where, you know, which came first, the chicken or the egg. But then they were moving that cam sensor around and I mean, that was clearly in there wrong. But we've got that in there right, and then we've had the crank sensor bad. This is exactly why I said vehicles break in a very logical manner until the human being touches it. And again, I'll reiterate this until the day I die. I'm not saying that anybody is doing anything diabolical trying to make something up. What I am saying is we had two problems here, right? And that wouldn't be a normal case unless somebody... So this problem with the cam sensor, that's human introduced. It didn't slip or move around in there. It was installed incorrectly. That crank sensor being put in there, that's a bad crank sensor. That's on a human being, right? I mean, that sensor is new, you know, what it new stands for us, never ever worked. But that's kind of...
Oh my gosh.
Never heard that one. We used that one before.
I've used that before.
Look at how big this is over there too.
Alright.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be fine.
Oh.
No problem. We'll get this connector taken care of for the guy. Get him back on the road after 2 years of sitting. We'll have this thing running and going down the road. If we do run into some other weird problem or anything, we'll come back and do a follow-up on it. But for now, I think we're going to be fine. So, you know what to do at this point? Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, leave a comment down below. I mean, we'll just keep beating the dead horse, I guess. When was the last time you had a bad part that cost you some time? I'd love to
Come
hear
on,
about it.
big money.
Appreciate you watching.
It's not big money.
Have you ever had a cop just give up on your car with it?
Oh yeah, that is a weird one. It's just like, we're done. Come and get it.
Very weird.
Yeah. I was watching it.
Yeah, actually, we should find that out.
Let's find out.
Daniel? Hey, what's up? Man, how you doing? Doing great.
Well, I've got you some answers, but I got some questions first. Do you have a couple of minutes?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What's
All
up?
right, perfect. So, I went over the notes on this thing. I had a question for you. I mean, I know that this other shop, basically, they no longer are working on it. Did you pay them anything to work on this?
I did. They, what happened was they called me, they told me it was ready to go. I went to the shop, like, I'm just trying to, you know, I've been in contact with them for a while, like, back and forth with the main lady. So I was, like, just completely comfortable, like, oh, yeah, you got it, bam, you know. They told
What
me,
is this
like,
thing?
it's been sitting so long, you're gonna same damn thing. I was like, guys ain't changed nothing. He's like, well, you know, yeah, you guys put a whole new, you guys did the top end of the cam and all that.
I don't like this team.
He's like, I thought that just the timing gear came off and pushed through the cover. And I was like, well, that's the thing is, like, it's like, the whole backstory, like, the guy was kind of sure. And I went up and was like, yeah, it's just split, and they're like, oh, no, we'll look at it. Had a shot like we've had. So like they had two new coming in with strap on it. And then yeah, so then when they thought they got done with the camshaft and it was all good to go, it was literally doing the same exact thing. Okay. So I don't think the camshaft was broke. The video they sent me, I don't know if it's in those notes or whatever, they not posting the papers. They it was like they turned for a valve and rod. I can just reset without power. So they kind of not interference or getting any loss or anything. So that was like something was broken and I wasn't showing the video, but like back thinking, I'm like, yeah, well, the keyway slipped and the gear was off, of course it's gonna free spin.
So the gear was turning, but the camshaft wasn't turning?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can hear like cooling, but like the time gear wasn't spinning. So I think it's anyway, the damage to shaft was the back
Alright, let's grab.
Just to go to get the scope in, and the whole thing is just turning to my hand. But okay, well, you know, that's not good. And so I thought
Those
maybe, you know,
things.
maybe they were having issues trying to get it to be set right, and maybe they were moving it around, you know, like you would do a distributor and everything timing set. So first thing I did was brought up top and center and checked it. It was out. So I went ahead and put it in correctly. I said, okay, well that's a slam dunk. You know, easy to get the thing on the road for you. And no, same thing. So now I'm like, okay, well it's in there time. That's time right. Let's do a cam crank correlation on it. So just looking at the cam sensor, looking at the crank sensor, you could see it was just jumping all over the place. It was firing.
Is there anything up here?
Everywhere but where it keeps firing. And
oh gosh, you're loading. Come on, girlfriend.
We got a
nothing up here.
Crank sensor, and put it in. We got it. We're able to get the actual price of the crank sensor. Okay, and we installed it, but then connected with it. Still need to prove this out whether or not it's on this car. So I just downloaded some leads from each of the terminals on the parts of the vehicle to the vehicle crank sensor. If that makes sense. Okay? Yeah. Basically connected it up temporarily. And the truck just started up like, I'm talking about half a turn, boom, fire right off. So I didn't run it for long, obviously. I mean, I just got this thing kind of patched together, but I didn't want to run it long until I know it's buttoned up. But I mean, I started it several times. Starts every single time. I mean, it revs up. It's like it's supposed to. Obviously, not driving it down the road or anything.
You're a wizard.
We'll figure it out, right? We'll get something figured out on it. But I'm worried about going with an aftermarket crank sensor. Anyway, so I just basically we're doing a video on the Jeep, and we wanted to know if you paid it, right? Because I'm sitting here saying I don't know if you paid it.
$3,700.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Well, and I don't know, what. Obviously, you've got a video with the camshaft not turning, and the crank gear, the cam gear is turning, right? So I mean,
something had to be wrong there. You know,
they were telling me that it sheared the camshaft. I'm like, I don't think so, but yeah, I think it was just.
It didn't. I mean, it might have sheared the pin like you thought. You know, if the cam, if the whole cam is not turning, right? I mean, front to back.
This thing, huh?
And the cam gear is spinning.
Oh, come on.
And, I mean, clearly the cam gear would be damaged, and clearly the pin, is damaged, or whatever. I don't know that whole single part, whether it's got a pin or whether it's got two-way or whatever it is. That's damaged. I mean, could it theoretically damage the front end of the cam? Sure. If the cam gear is spinning and doesn't hold it still, that's possible. But then we've got to figure out what the root cause of that was. Because that thing just didn't shear off all by itself. Here's what happened. The cam gear didn't shear off. Crank sensor go bad, cam sensor be out of time, all this stuff didn't happen like it got what was the original, what happened to it? Was it like,
I actually didn't hear I'll be honest with you, not running any ideas. I kind of just figured, I'm like, I'll just mess with it. I had it in the garage for about a year, and then it totally, I flipped the, originally it was fuel pump was the cause.
Why do his email associate with mine?
All the way up into the ejectors. I'm like, all right, well, the whole fuel system's replaced now, and we have the same problem. Went in through the whole ignition system. Obviously, you saw the new. They put the new sensors in. I've done. I did one, like a Duralab, and then I went to a junkyard and pulled an OEM, like on all. Like the typicals, the cam, crank, all that stuff.
Okay.
Where you're talking about the setting, like instead of a distributor, on that, where it has the cam sensor or the crank sensor.
Yeah.
No, it'd be the cam on that side, where you had the adjustment, your timing on that.
Yeah.
I've had that reset, so that was locked down when I left, so they were the ones that left that.
Another one?
They probably were.
What is happening here?
Yeah, I did the timing chain and the gears. It was 180 out when I pulled it.
Investigate these areas. Alright,
And did it 180 out, but apparently those 4.0s can run 180. I didn't know that. That's what I heard. But that's my explanation of it being like, alright, well, that's what's going on here is timing.
Let's go with my favorite team.
Started, it's like same hard starting, and it still runs and stuff. It's just once it's running in that hard start motion, and then it warms up, and if the heat's up, you can't start it once it warms down. So really start like on and it started up. I turned it off. I said, screw this, take it to the shop. I never took a car to a shop in my life, and I'm like, alright, I'm doing it. And it was a nightmare. They had it for a year and a half, almost 2 years. Okay.
So obviously I'm gonna want to run this thing, get it hot, then do it, do it, steam in the hot soap, you know what I'm saying, just to be sure we eliminate all the issues, right? But we can 100% know that the crank sensor is the reason why. We couldn't even get it. I was afraid to continue to try to get it to start. I'm not saying that maybe it's either starting at some point, but the ignition is just jumping all over the place.
Well, then tell me yourself to find paintings.
Oh yeah, or we're gonna
overlap the painting cursor. Okay, so just okay, make the painting the painting.
I'll let you know if we run it, hot soak it, and all that kind of stuff. If everything's good. If we do have another issue, I'll let you know. But, we'll get to that.
Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I want to cool some together. So
Absolutely. All right.
Ding.
And now, it's about 3 or 4 months later, and he has been enjoying his teeth this whole time. It's fixed, no issues whatsoever. So we wanted to be sure that everything was good with it. No more, lingering issues coming on. It's double thumbs up. We appreciate you guys. You know what to do now. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that notification button. Hit that hype button. Hit that leave comment thing down there. I know. Yeah.
Okay, they did.
See you in the next one. Good? Perfect. Alright, you're good.
Where's this thingy at? It's on top of there. How am I supposed to get on top of there?
Alright guys, today we have a very unique video. I challenged my longest running mentor to see who could diagnose this car the fastest. Let's get into it. This is a very impromptu video. This was a situation my longest mentor, the person that got me into this business really. I started working for him when I was a very young teenager. He came in one day, we're sitting there talking, and turned into, started videoing everything, and turned into having a competition on this vehicle. And it's very unique. You'll see why it's a very unique situation with this vehicle. Actually, we thought it was going to be something that we were going to be diagnosing something completely different than what we ended up diagnosing.
That way or that way?
Let's take a little bit of a twist in here.
We got a lot of different ways to go.
Way more fun, to be honest with you. I think you're going to enjoy this one. But let's go ahead and start off with, you're going to see some videos here on how it's going to start. So let's get to that.
Alright, Dad, future challenge possibility here.
Alright.
They gonna come right back, it's gonna be right back home. Nice.
It's my rewards.
And look where I'm at now. That's all I do all day long.
I paid for all that.
Paid for all that. He made money off of that.
They think they want to know who's on the other side of the camera.
Shop owners made millionaires. I made this man a millionaire off of my fat. You know, them shop owners are greedy.
What's the challenge?
73 Volkswagen Beetle. It's a super Beetle, I think. She'll bring it in.
Why don't you
What
tell
do you
them
have?
what we got here?
A fuel smell.
Tell them who we got here.
Neil, he don't know you're on camera. See, you're on camera now. He's showing you. See, he's doing it.
Who's Neil?
What the heck does your fist What's going on here?
1980. Oh, when did you come out? 85? No. Wasn't it? Was it?
How do I get over here?
Yeah, that's about right.
So the challenge is a 73 Volkswagen, and we're going to put both of you guys on at the same time. See who can fix it first, and you got your money on yourself, right?
Well, hold on now. There needs to be an understanding here. This man literally worked for Volkswagen when those cars were out, correct? He was a service manager and tech at Volkswagen.
There's nothing over there. There's no point going over there.
But now, Mom's cars were all Volkswagen too. All the cabs and everything was pretty much so. You got a little knowledge on it.
What's your percentage of you winning? That you got?
Remember, I know the guy.
You were trash talking off camera.
Who was?
You said 20 minutes you have it figured out.
I hold it out. I say I have to figure it out 20 minutes.
Challenge coming out with these two. Challenge coming out with these two. They're going to be racing on a what, 73 Volkswagen?
Air-cooled Beetle. How hard? The fuel system is not difficult. It's got a fuel smell. She can't fill it up with gas. It's a 20-minute diagnosis at that.
Have a temperature?
What? Me and you? Yeah, I ain't talking to you about it. We're not getting into that. I'm not giving you
What's your time? How long is it going to take you?
If we can do it in 20 minutes, I can do it in 15.
Well, hold on now. See, here's the thing with Neil. Just so y'all know. Oh,
What do you want me to do with this?
Oh, man, my heart's pounding a little bit right now.
Wait, what?
Woo! This man, every single time, he'd be like, I can't even say it out loud. I don't even want to say this out loud. This is bringing back this is scar tissue. Every single job. That's a 15-minute job. That's a 15-minute job. That man was saying a 15-minute job, and 12 hours later, we would be fighting. As soon as he said a 15-minute job, it first went on. That was the first order right there. First went on. Took about 3 weeks for the lady to get the vehicle here. But again, totally impromptu. The vehicle was here. I didn't even know it was coming.
What do I need for that? Dendro and Geo? What the heck?
Once he did that, he was like, the car was here. We're like, well, what did I go now? We'll see what happens there.
Go ahead. You can see that the camera just started rolling out of random moments because that's what we were doing.
Just winging it on literally, the only
One more. Alright,
May
okay.
not be 1-1. I think it's 1-2. Oh, he told you he's trying to back out. Told you. He's scared. See, here it is. He's on these pictures. Right? I mean, there I am back in the day having a scary meal right here. You know what I'm saying? Having that place good. That's where I'm at. Right? Where are you? I'm right here. Are you dragging that jug right there? Yeah, he's back there. Yeah. That's you. Is that you right there? That's me right there. Look at that. And that's when the building, that was the shop. That was when it but if y'all don't know, that's talking real good about it. I'm going to try to take it easy. But, you know, back in the day, talking about the Sherman, look at me now. Oh, hang on. Back in the day, as you know, not like it is now. Whenever I was service manager for Ford and Volkswagen at the same time, had like 12 techs. But back in the day, where you've got the service writers that come up and they write the repair order and the customer explain what's wrong with the vehicle, you turn it over to the mechanic and let him diagnose the problem correctly. He diagnoses the problem. When you turn it over to the tech, you write a repair order, you turn it over to the tech, and then he diagnoses the problem. Correct. Okay. Okay. But in the day, it wasn't that way. Okay. A customer drives in, and I had a gift for diagnosing cars, which you didn't. But in the beginning, I'm going to say in the beginning, okay, when you really had to diagnose the car. Now, you come in, you've got the tech line, you've got the computer you plug in, and everybody tells you what's wrong.
What are we doing here? I just want to get to those areas.
We had a little square...
Please, not more mechanics.
Diagnose if you had a plug wire bad, or you had a skip, whatever case. But you had to diagnose that car. Well, back in the day, I had a lot of experience because I started out when I was 8 years old at a machine shop, knowing how to rebuild it before you're 9 years old and 4 block and all that. So anyway, that being said, I left there and went to the dealership, Ford dealership, as a tech. Later became a transmission man, you know. My goal was to be the service manager, which I reached in 1980. But that being said, the guy that was service manager before me, he would go out and same thing I'm fixing to tell you that I did. He would diagnose the car. They pull in.
I got your question mark block.
And he writes on the repair
What the
order,
heck,
replace
man?
carburetor, replace fuel pump, or check this or check that. The check
what in the
we
world
had
is this?
For parts replacement. Okay.
Hopefully none of them are watching right now.
Okay. But, well, probably are. But, with that being said, it was totally different back then. You're looking at a 73 Volkswagen where it's a lady in the day when I drove the vehicle, you know, up there said I smell a gas leak. Well, the first thing on a 73 Volkswagen, and I'm going to go
Don't
ahead.
tell me. Don't say anything because there's going to be a competition here.
Well,
Don't tell me anything. I know where I'm going.
But I
don't want any
but
kind
I
of
don't
anything.
even have, let me explain this.
Huh?
I need to say this, okay? Is I don't really even need to look at the vehicle. I just need to
Oh, I can't even get.
It's the old middle wave. This is another day, you got the middle wave. You got a bad
I've had 2 personal VW bugs that caught on fire because of the same reason. They have the carburetor overflows because of the needle seat. You've got 3 fuel lines.
I don't want to know about it. Don't tell me. You're getting me in something. Here's the thing.
But here's the thing.
Hold on a second. Let me back you up a little bit. Here's the difference on these that. You gotta show what's wrong with it.
What am I supposed to do?
Hold on. And you gotta show how you know what's wrong with it. You can't just do the kneel of saying,
Okay.
well, that's bad.
That's not what I'm trying
Okay?
to tell
Because
you.
you got to show people, how do you know that? Just because we say this all the time on the channel. I mean, I see cars come in here that have a very, they might have a common problem. You know, every car has a common problem. But you got to prove it. You got to test it, not guess.
Okay.
Test,
And
not guess.
no, you're wrong on this car because it's got a history of catching on fire. I've seen I mean, so many of them. Okay. Because
Do I really have to
they've got
do
to
this?
bring it in. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Because I don't want to know. Just for the sake, if somebody pulled into this bus, those things need to be replaced regardless because
Well, they might have already
the
been.
safety part of it.
They might have already.
Okay, and they're simple to do. There's nothing. Okay.
What do you want me to do here?
But with that being said, what you're seeing, a Volkswagen, no,
I mean, he can just walk out of the car and you can
I
find
don't
him.
have to walk out to the car because, listen, not just because I'm with the Volkswagen. Yeah.
He said, no, I don't even have
Okay.
So are you going to diagnose this through osmosis, through like right here?
You're not
It's
listening to what I
sitting
just
there.
said.
I understand.
There's
what
not
you're
but
saying.
about
Lots of
4 things that can go wrong
But
with
one
this
of
car.
those 4 things is wrong.
But you're going to do the other just for safety. You're going to replace the line.
But you got to tell them what's wrong with it. The talent is to tell them what's wrong. They have to know what's
But
wrong.
that's the point I'm trying to make, though. If you bring the car into the repair shop for it, okay, you're going to automatically know it's going to but you're going to do this regardless. That woman's going to have this done just for safety. But you're even going to do
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me nothing. See,
imagine us working together.
He just don't. He just said he doesn't do. Okay, so hold on.
This is what went on
Here's what I'm
back
gonna
in the
do.
day.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Hold on a second. Here's what I'm gonna. I got it. We got it. I'm going to walk into the shop, and Neil's just gonna tell you what's wrong with it, because he doesn't even have to go to the car. Okay? You set the timer and let him. Now, if he's wrong, he can't name all the things. He can't say you got to replace it all. He's got to tell you what is causing the smell when the lady puts fuel in it. Period. Now, if you can do that from in here without touching that car and know it 100%, but see, the problem is that there's no way you can do that. You can't do that without actually looking at the car. I'm going to be able to show you where the problem is without question. He's going to point at something and say that's the problem. There's a big difference between I'm going to point at it and say that's the problem, I'm not going to know it.
But why would you want to do that? All that is probably going to be replaced anyway because
I'm not
limited amount of
I'm not just going to throw everything at it.
You're not. You're going to do this regardless. It's the time of the party time. And it's just,
Okay, then hold on. Forget about, that's fine. Forget about all that. Just tell them what's wrong with it. Just tell them. Okay, I'm just
well, I come in here to do that. He wants to sit around and start this.
There's a guy. I'm going to stay right here. Well, it's not starting right now. We can't be here then, because if I'm going to be starting to drive the single in, we have to start right now.
So you're going to fight the people. Put it on the rag.
I'm not telling you at all. I have a kid. Yeah, but I know you're replacing everything on the car. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with the car today. And then I might say, hey, this other stuff could possibly cause a problem down the road. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell people and show you there's the problem. This is what's causing the relationship. Okay, you're going to point at something and say, that's the problem.
I want to know what the relationship is. Then she came in, or she called you, whatever the case may be. I want to know what she told you Nico was doing.
There you go.
Good morning.
Good boy.
Hey, Barbara?
Yes.
Hi, this is Sherwood at Royalty Auto Service. How are you?
I'm so honored to meet you. You have no idea.
Well, I am honored that you're honored. I have got Neil here, which is my mentor.
Hey, Bob.
And we are talking about doing the what is this called? The challenge? The challenge, I guess. And so we're both going to diagnose your car without the other one knowing what they did, see who can do it the fastest. But Neil needs a lot of information, so he wants to know exactly what your car is doing.
I just think he knows the complaint. In other words, what's it doing?
Well, I think I'll take off yesterday when I got there. So I don't know if you got voice or not.
No, I didn't. I think they're trying to cheat on me.
I'm trying to cheat. I haven't gotten the list either.
I just printed it out, like, all the problems and the maintenance, and then there was like like a wish list on there too, and then buy those types of things.
Okay, what's the? I know the main problem was it a fuel smell?
Well, the main problem is when I drive the car, like if I started the car up right now, and by the way, this is my mom's car, it's our first new car in the family.
Oh gosh, okay.
And actually the guy that ended up using the car he made called me up. I called my father up. He had a little, and I thought he had to do the he was still a tough area. And my father, he had to live there to the farm. But my mother was our first new car, my mother was the first, and we never had this car before. So, my brother told me that my father had a heart attack. He went up to Maine. He went up to actually other places.
Illinois.
Car show up in yeah, and it went up to the coast. And finally one day somebody called my mother up, and my mother started to cry. My father got upset, and he's like, "Why did you ask my wife?" I talked to be able to talk about a Volkswagen. It's not far from Volkswagen, far away from me. So it turns out this guy my father said, "If you ever call here again, find out what you did, and send somebody to talk to you." So he's like, "Sir," I know you worked on the car because somebody put a brake light in the rear of the car. So I talk to John all the time. He's the one that referred me to you. He watches some videos all the time.
Okay.
John's father, and I told his father, light pop brake light put in the back because your father got real quiet. And he goes, "That is our car. It's not our car." So I ended up getting the car back to John, and I had it restored. And did you get the book of the restorations come to the car?
No, we haven't looked at anything on it. All we did was we're sitting here talking about just the one we thought it was just a fuel part of it. So.
No, all right. So here's the initial problem. First of all, when I got it back, I always looked at it, my boy's just flopping around back there. So I figured out where it went. And I had to do that.
Okay.
The problem is, if I start the car right now, I could drive it someplace, no problem. I shut the car off, and whether it's there an hour or 10 minutes, I can't start the car.
It turns over, but it won't start.
Right, like, so then I have to jump it because it's a manual. I know how to jump it and get it going again.
Okay, so hold on. So you try to start it, and it just does nothing, so the engine doesn't even try to start. It's like a battery dead?
No, it starts, like, it won't kick over, though. It's like, like, it won't kick into gear.
Okay, so it's like turning slow, but it's too slow to start, basically.
No, it's turning fast. It just won't kick in.
Okay.
Somebody told me they think it was a vapor lock.
Okay.
Like I can start the car, but it won't let me go and it won't kick in. It just won't. And then when I pop the clutch, eventually I can get, like, maybe after 10 or 15 minutes of trying, I can get the car to start.
Okay. And that's after you run it for a while, and then it sits, and it just sits there for like 10 or 15 minutes, and it won't run. But if you let it, like if you drive it around for, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes, get it warm, go to the house, park it, let it sit overnight, and you go the next morning, it's perfectly fine, it'll start.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just after it kind of sits for like 10 or 15 minutes after it's been warmed up.
Right, and I thought at first like telling the doctor before I thought it was too hot, so it's sitting in Florida sun.
Yep.
But then the winter, like I got the touch on the local area, I was like, there you go. So it just won't kick in, but then if I pop the clutch, it's like gold and pop the clutch, and it gets started again.
Okay.
So
How do I get up there?
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I will definitely look at the book and look at everything you got on there and the printout and everything.
It does smell like really like a lot of gas. I mean, it's always used oil, but it's used like that all the time. Like it's always had real oil.
Okay. We will take a look at it and we'll give you some information as soon as possible.
And generally, like I don't know the last time that value is up to the great sewage looked at of the clutch or the oil leakage. I don't know any. I just want to make sure it's done like. Because it's my only car right now, so I kind of rely on it.
Oh, it's your only car. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm old and don't have any money, and I'm old and depressive, but I'm a lot of fun, pretty fun. So, and everybody's got to tell me a story when I drive that car someplace. Everybody has a story. I had a boat. I know, like, I really have some, and even people want to take pictures with it and all that. It's kind of fun to have. So, and I thank my mother every time I bring the car home. I go, thanks, Mom, for letting me use the car.
Nice. All right.
Okay,
Do you have any other questions? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Barbara. And I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.
Okay.
Okay. There's all the information.
Yep. I don't need to look at it.
She still doesn't need to look at it.
He still doesn't.
No, I don't.
Well, you do need to look at it. You do need to look at it.
I can walk out and tell you what's wrong with it. That's what you want me to do.
Okay. He's gonna walk out and tell you what's wrong with it.
I
He's
can-
got to be able to show you what's wrong with it.
I can do
Here's
that.
the kicker.
I can do that.
Here's the kicker.
I can do that.
He can't. Well, he's gonna beat you then. Because if he guesses right, he's gonna beat you. Because in order for me to tell you what's wrong with it, I'm gonna do the driving and warm it up, and I'm gonna have to.
I don't have to. Well, you can have it, but walk out there.
But the problem, Neil, is how are you gonna prove that that's gonna fix it? Are you just gonna make it a gut?
I'm gonna tell you what to do. In other words, if you've all been here for you to repair, I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with it. Okay? And I'll let you disagree and you're gonna do something else. But I can tell you what will fix the car. Now, whether you
I mean, I have an idea of the direction I think it might be going in.
there's no thinking on this, I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure what it is.
I mean, Neil,
I'm just telling you. I'll tell you what to do to the
honestly,
latest car and
so here's the thing though, Neil. You really don't even, do you even really know what the symptom is right now?
I do.
Because
I
she
do.
was a little bit,
She said it as plain as day. It's to me. Maybe not to you, but to me. And I'm gonna say that when I go out, I can tell whoever or whatever, you know, what the problem is, and let them watch you fix the car.
okay, well, I mean, all I can say is this. You can walk out there, and I guess you're just gonna point to it for sure with it.
I am.
And you're gonna say that's what's wrong with it.
Yes.
That's what needs to get done. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to say this. You could be right. The difference is this. I'm gonna go test it. I'm gonna say,
Okay.
hold on a second. No, listen. I'm gonna go test it. I'm gonna go duplicate the symptoms. I'm gonna know that what's causing the problem, right? So that then when I fix the problem, I'm gonna know it's fixed. So then it doesn't come back again with a different problem, right? And say, oh well, it's doing the same thing because I'm gonna know that the thing I fixed the original problem. First thing I want to do is know what the original problem is. I want to go drive the vehicle, get it going, let it hot soak, because that's what we know it's doing. It's hot soaking. And then she's not able to start it. Now,
You realize that
exactly what the vehicle is.
if it
Well, I mean, and the key is this. I mean, it's really not fair because, I mean, it's fine. We're going to do it. But here's the deal. It's
So
like,
you gonna say, okay, Neil?
No, I'm going to say it right now. You're guessing. You're
Okay.
guessing. You might be guessing and you might be right. Okay?
Just because I can diagnose it.
You're not diagnosing. You're guessing.
But I'm not going to spend 3 hours on it and charge the lady 3 hours.
I'm not charging 3 hours, nor am I going to spend 3
Well,
hours. I'm going to spend a few minutes warming it up. I could have somebody else go drive it and warm it up. That won't count.
okay,
on my
the
time.
lady just told you. You got to, you know.
What did she tell me?
She told you that she drove the car.
Yeah.
It starts right up when it's cold.
Yeah, and she goes into a doctor's. That's what
Okay.
it goes into a
Now,
doctor's
what
office.
goes in your mind
Comes back.
if
Okay, go ahead.
What? Why? Okay, it's good on a cold start and then it won't start hot. Okay, now, what does that kill you on a 73? Not this vehicle. It could be a million vehicles. Okay, but a 73 motorcycle. I've done so many of them, Sherwood. So, I mean, and that's the
So,
advantage.
can I
That's an advantage.
can I guess at what you're going to guess at? Can I write it down? Can I write it down? I'm going to write it down what I think he's going to guess at. Okay.
No, I know, because I've explained. Okay, let me just go do this.
Okay, here you go. I've written it down. I'm going to put it right here. I'm not going to touch it. Go ahead.
All right. 73 Volkswagen Bug. Okay. I want to explain to you that she's complaining of a hot start. Not that it cranks up fine when it's cold, and then when it gets hot, no start. Okay. What's happening is that when you're riding, the fuel has got what they call a needle and seat right here. It goes into it's filled into the carburetor, and it lets the fuel stop and start. Well, what controls that is what they call a float, like the float of a gas tank. And a lot of times these floats will get a hole in them, and it'll make them heavier. Okay, when you start an engine, you need more fuel when you start it. when it's cold. So naturally, it will crank right up because what's happening when she shuts it off, that float is less heavier this year, so it's less than these gas. Okay, that makes the gas run down into the engine. Now, when it's cold, it doesn't matter because you need that to start. Okay, but when it's hot, it's like you've always heard of an engine flooding. Okay, well that's what it's doing. The engine is actually getting too much gas. Now, there's another thing that can cause this. That's all part of this carburetor. Okay, so it's a flap that goes right in the top of this. That opens and closes. It closes when it's cold. Okay, the flap goes down. It makes it suck more fuel into the intake to throw more fuel when it's cold and crank. Well, if this flap and it's hooked up to a heat sensor, if this flap or the heat sensor goes bad, it can cause that, when it gets warm, when you shut it off, that flap closes back. Okay? When that flap closes back, it causes it to flood. It's not going to cause. The reason that you said you can push the ignition off, keep trying to turn the engine faster. Okay? And it's getting the fuel to where, in other words, it's drying up some of the fuel that's turning faster. Okay, so I'm on the best I could tell her at this point. She would always want either the float or either the choke. So when you replace this carburetor, you replace both of those. You can get these rebuilt carburetors, and so I would tell her my opinion on what I diagnosed as is the carburetor. The fuel, the car runs good warm until you shut it off. So the gas is leaking back into the system, and it shouldn't be, or either this flap is closing because of the temperature switch causing it. But everything comes on the carburetor, so I would diagnose it as needing a rebuilt carburetor.
Is that it?
Yep.
3 minutes, 20 seconds.
I think they're 100%. Now Sherwood, on the other hand,
We know he's not beating 3 minutes and 20 seconds, so he's got to go drive.
yeah, he's going also. Well, I thought he was going to pull it in too, but he has to need to do that now.
I said, he does say choke. He says carburetor choke. He says all that.
I explained the choke. I explained the choke how it works.
I got it. So, but here's the thing. Here's the kicker. Hold on a second. We don't really know that for sure. You're guessing. Here's why I'm telling you you're guessing. Hear me out.
I didn't pull the air filter off to see if it was standing up.
Can't do it.
See,
You just can't
no,
do
wait a
it.
minute, wait a minute.
You just can't. You didn't even pull the air cleaner off of it to see if it was even open.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Can I?
Okay. The Nathan seat and the float will also cause that. Okay? It's leaking gas into the intake.
Totally get it.
Okay.
Totally get it.
When you get the replacement of the carburetor, you're going to get the choke assembly and you're going to get the Nathan seat.
Are we going to get the carburetor or rebuild the one?
The rebuilt carburetor.
How many ways
you
to
got?
rebuild?
Let me just get them. Yes, you can get them. I know you can get them.
Okay, how many of those carburetors do you know rebuild?
I don't have any I've rebuilt.
Okay.
But I'm saying, I'm looking.
Probably better than you buy it. That's probably the only carburetor.
I would go with rebuilt carburetor. You can do either one.
Well, that's probably the only one that came on it.
It was bought brand new. It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know.
We don't know,
Yeah.
but it's probably better than any we can buy today.
But one of those two things, the choke or the needle seat.
Well, hold on now. What is it?
No,
So now you're just going to replace the carburetor.
It's the carburetor.
Just replace the carburetor.
Because you, Sherwood, listen to me.
I got you.
The most components are on the carburetor that could cause the problem. So, now could I rebuild it? Yes, I can check. But I'm still going to go through the same procedure.
You didn't go through a procedure. You literally, it doesn't matter. I know what you're getting. I swear to God, you literally walked out to it and went, yeah, down. Let's just go apart on it. The problem is you're throwing apart at it. But is it throwing apart at it?
Okay, but
hold on a second. Can I please interject?
But you diagnosed the same thing I did.
I haven't diagnosed it at all.
But that's what
Can I interject, please? Can we take a breath?
Go ahead.
Okay. I know you got to be right. I understand. I know you. I've known you a very long time. I know you got to be right.
And I'm usually right. I've had a lot of experience with this, okay? And hey, a lot more than you have.
When you want me to interject, you let me know. I'm listening. No, I'm listening to it. You got a lot of experience, there's no doubt. 100%, I know you do. I know you know that car inside and out. The difference is this. I don't know what's wrong with that car until I prove what's wrong.
I make 3 of those on Tuesday. That's what I used to drive, okay? Now, when you just said I know them inside out, I do. But surely there's nothing else that's going to cause it. Just make you proud of me. That's what I want to do.
I'm done. I'm not interjecting anymore. I'll tell you guys what I think. You can watch the video later, and he'll probably be yelling at the screen as he watches the video
And here's
later.
the thing. You already know what I said. You already know what I
I
did.
already knew what you were going to say. Because you're doing this. You're doing this. You don't
On
know.
that particular vehicle I am. Okay? But as I told you, it's not like you used to picture it. It's not. Now, you come in here, you've got to be that way. You're not the way I am like you. On this or whatever, so there's so many things you can do wrong. You have to do that. But on something like that, it's kind of cut and dry.
Can I interject now? I'm going to try to interject one more time. Can I? The lady said, after a really long, the hot soap, it won't start going. She said that she can push start.
Get all your part of the engine faster, Shirley. And when you push start, you can move faster.
I'm done. We're done.
Yeah, I've got all
I
that.
understand, Neil, but you
You
don't.
got raw fuel in the system. You got to burn it to where it will fire. And
I honestly, when this all started, I mean, I thought it was a cool big paper thing. I'm going to tell you what I was going to do right off the bat. I'm going to tell you how I was going to test it. I was going to put a smoke machine on the fuel system, and I was just going to watch it.
we didn't have one in there.
I don't care what you had.
But
I
I'm
don't
just
care.
saying,
The difference is
yeah.
that I would be able to show you where it's leaking from, okay?
But that
If
would
it
have
was
been
leaking
good.
from somewhere
You're right
in the
on that.
tank,
You're right.
I could go, that's where it's leaking from. But now we know it's a whole different thing. But it actually has tumbled into something far more. Because now you are literally going to throw a carburetor on this car. Which entirely possible that it could fix it. The other thing that, let me ask you a question. Could the choke be sticking a little bit shut, not opening all the way? And
That's
then,
what I just put on camera.
okay, so could just be the choke needs to be adjusted. Maybe, perhaps. Well, maybe it just needs a choke. Maybe it just needs a choke pull off, or maybe it needs a choke.
Choke pull off.
Maybe it
That's what I told
needs, maybe
him.
it needs a choke or the choke itself, the actual heater element.
Like,
Hold on a second. Could it be possible that it needs those things?
It's possible.
So it doesn't. And if it would, if one of those things fixed it, then it wouldn't need the whole carburetor, correct?
If I had, wait a minute. But I proved
Hold on
that.
a second. If one of those components that I just mentioned fixed the vehicle, would it need a carburetor?
Not likely.
Would it need a carburetor?
If the choke was sticky, okay?
I get it. Would it need a carburetor?
It would be running rough. Even
well, if she's going down the road,
Yeah,
then the
but-
vacuum is pulling it open.
halfway.
Okay.
But
Would
it
it need
needs
a
a
carburetor if?
Well, it's possible.
Would it need a carburetor if one of those problems was a problem? If one of those
I mean, you
components
can
was a problem.
replace components.
Oh, okay.
But
so,
you
so
can't.
we could fix it without a
The
carburetor.
flap,
perhaps.
the flap itself, you can't.
Well,
without
no,
a
I
flap.
know that.
But if it's a choke,
If it's the choke, a heating element of the pull off,
Yeah,
then it could just, you know,
If he fixes it without the carburetor,
then you lose. He's questioning that.
no, I'm not.
If I fix that car without putting the carburetor on,
Oh,
which
you
they
put
made
a
it
kid in, or you know, you
No, if I put a kid in it, that's
pull
the
the top
carburetor.
off and put a float.
If
I
I-
mean, we're taking. I mean, you can put a float in. I mean,
That would.
I mean, you can fix the car without replacing the carburetor, sure.
Well, you're just trying to throw the whole carburetor out. You're not throwing the
Because to me, with the age of never get a new carburetor put on, the car's in perfect condition. I mean, why go in there and
So I know what people are going to say right now. I know there's going to be comments right now. Okay? Well, Neil's way, some of you are going to be commenting that he doesn't know what's wrong with it and that he's guessing. I get that. I appreciate you guys. I know you're on my team right now, and I'm giving you that. Appreciate it. But there are a lot of you right now that are saying, well, Neil's way is going to be cheaper because he's not charging her to diagnose it. He's just going to throw a carburetor on and be done with it. So at the end of the day, he's going to be cheaper because he can buy. First of all, I would think right now, this lady, with everything she said, this lady just said, this car is very sentimental. This car was bought brand new, her only new car in her family by that time, from her mom. And I'm hoping that's the original carburetor. And if it is, it's clean, not rusty, not crudded. No, it's not going to be rusty. It's right up. I would rather rebuild that, keep that OE carburetor that came on that vehicle on, rather than buy some aftermarket, who knows what. Now, back in the day,
100%. Back in the 80s, we could buy those carburetors all day long for next to nothing. You get them for $40, and they'd be on those things in 5 seconds. See, that's how you're still thinking, right? I'm thinking from the standpoint of,
a long, long time.
well, but I'm still thinking,
And we got
I'm thinking
everything
from the
different
standpoint
than what y'all do now.
I mean, back in the day,
I was on $30 an hour labor rate. Okay.
I know.
So,
Believe me, I was there. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you all what's wrong with it, and it could be, it's gonna, it would be carburetor would fix it, but I'm gonna tell you what's really wrong with it. So we'll get to that in a minute. I can't do it. You're gonna beat me on time wise. Man, that's gonna be a really bad day for me. Starter.
it probably takes you all day to do that.
But man, I'll tell you right now, please let this be a starter.
Well, clearly you're not going to beat the time, so take your time. The best chance you have of winning is getting it correct and he was wrong. So
I'm gonna have the actual kayak. I'm not gonna go out here and go like, hey, you know what happens here is,
I haven't shown him Neil's footage yet.
what happens here is, listen, see there's a carburetor right here, and this carburetor's got a choke on it, what happens is that thing, we just gotta put a new carburetor on this thing. That thing's gonna fix this thing right up.
Did you take my phone and watch what he said?
New carburetor, it causes fit, right? I mean, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna actually diagnose the vehicle. Get a belt. Did he tell you needed the belt to be tightened up a little bit?
No.
Yeah, shimmed in that. That's the easy one to do. Okay. Let's have all the ducting on it. That's nice. All right, well, let's go. We're gonna. Man, this is clean shape.
Yeah, it is.
Brings back memories, boy. Man. All right, let's start. We'll take a first short drive. Hey, look, Mom's 74. Oh, it's her mom's. That's right.
That would make
That's
sense.
awesome. All right, cool. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he didn't get to show us the inside or anything.
This thing, it just needs a steering wheel wrap. This thing's like brand new inside.
Wow, I didn't look at it at all. That's crazy. I mean, that is. Yeah, thank you.
This thing is like glued and like brand new.
That is so cool.
Man.
I mean, that's 52 years old. That is. This thing is almost older than you.
Well, I had a way out. They just put a truck in front of me.
They're slowing down your time. Gotta hurry up.
Yes, I've already lost the time.
I know, I'm messing around.
Man, I gotta. Oh yeah. That's what I learned to shift on with the Volkswagen. From right over there.
We going for a ride?
Yeah, I want to take it for a ride. Gotta get that thing out of the way. 82,000 miles on it.
Smells good.
Oh, you gotta be done with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
No cold. Why you had to warm them up back in the day?
Spring is in the air, the azaleas are coming out.
Stinking cold. I'm tired of it. This is the last day of it. Oh, I gotta go to Wisconsin where it's gonna be 15 degrees.
This is the last day of it.
Here almost.
That's what I was saying.
What
There's
we're supposed to do? Thanks.
Gosh, I remember that right there.
yeah.
Man, it brings back so many memories. This is never time, so that's the problem with the car.
Wait, what?
It's not the problem with the car, it's the problem with the drive car like that. These were never designed to go 70 miles an hour down the highway for an extended period of time. They get hot doing that. Because they're air cooled. So,
Round town cars, basically.
Wait, what?
55 mile an hour roads, get bumped, back like you used to have before we had interstate.
Yeah. it's 55 miles an hour. Got a new stage, give it 10 minutes. I did feel the exhaust when I pulled in. A lot of times it's just got valves that are...
What are we doing here? These are the puzzles that Noah hates.
That's a shame. Did a good job other than that. What a thought, something to happen there. But we'll give it 10 minutes. We're gonna try to
Survivor, okay.
yeah, see if it's a carburetor. The whole carburetor.
Okay.
Right? But no, I'd be able to fix it without putting the carburetor on it. We're gonna try to fix this thing without putting the carburetor on it. It's been exactly 10 minutes, maybe 11. Actually, no, 10. Let's see if it fires up. All right. Well, couldn't get any better than that. Might have to get it warmer. We are going to look at something now. I didn't want to mess with anything yet. Maybe Neil fixed it. Did he touch something? Did he go like, did he do his Neil wave? If he did his Neil wave, this thing, I mean, I got nothing for it, right? I mean, it's just fixed. All right. I don't want to mess with it. I want it. No, it's, yeah, the same condition that it was in. I really want to see the choke. Alright, tell you what. I'm gonna go drive it a little more. Get it nice and warm. Take it a little longer drive. Come back. Let it sit. And let it get nice and hot. So it's kind of cool right now. So let's do that. We gotta get it to mess up. That's my whole point. Gotta get this thing to mess up before we can condemn something. So we're gonna try to duplicate it. Second test drive done. Let it sit for a little longer than 10. Get a good hot soak on it. See what we got now.
Hold on.
There it is. That's it. That's the problem. All right. So, not exactly what she had to do, because she said that it would not start. She had to let it sit. But I'm thinking it's on its way to being that. I want to get this engine cover, this air filter box out of the way, and take a look and see what we are dealing with on the carburetor choke.
Alright, are we done with this yet? I don't want to look for anybody. Where's the...
I don't know. Maybe this thing's so original. I've never actually seen it. Not really black. My grandchildren.
Huh?
Holy moly.
Okay, that's a success. I'll take that. Now what are we supposed to do? Look for survivors? Yeah, brother, is this up top?
This thing should be nice and warmed up. The choke should be open. Alright.
The problem is the choke is closing back up again. Am I faster than you right now? Must have come up choke. Yeah, I don't know. Probably, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Get out of here, punk.
That's the question, because then you win. Okay. Well, let me just go ahead and win. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Oh. It's made by milk. 5 in 1 universe.
Okay.
Look at this. That's nice. What the heck is that? Where'd you get that from? That choke, now it's been sitting a little longer, not long. I just had to put the hose in. Now it goes almost all the way shut.
Okay, so what's the point of what I just did?
Opening and staying open. I've got my old school, had this thing forever. And what it does, that's hot air, and that's really cold air. We're going to pull this choke down.
Okay, he gone.
And then we're going to be able to adjust the choke. We're going to pull off properly. This is going to take a little while.
Did we do it?
It's like it's adjusting the rope. It's all the way right here, so it's got these 3 little lines on it. So there's a little, that line on this side is actually, you know, that's where you would move it around right here to make it tighter or trying to close it open. You can see it's almost all the way tight right now. Got it cooled off. And
Can I defeat the keepers or no?
It's a little cool here still, but let it come back to like just room temperature.
Can I not?
Again, pretty much.
Get rid of that? Where's the other keeper, dude?
Not all the way. All the way. So let's adjust it.
Oh, right there.
Let's see.
Sorry. I'm trying. It's not really focusing very well. Trying to get an angle where I can get in there.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that up a couple notches.
Okay, he gone.
You know, tight here.
There's just one more over here. I can't.
Crazy cold.
Come on.
We're fine with that.
So what did you do to adjust it there, just in case they're wondering?
Inside this housing right here, on this piece, I put these 2 bolts out, pull this off. It's just a
Okay, so they really wanted me to be on that platform.
wire, but like a flat piece of metal is coiled up. And it's basically just, you know, as it gets hot, it's going to expand and it's going to open this up. It's going to let this flap do that. Right, and then as it gets cold, it contracts and it pulls it back shut like it is now. We'll let it run. We'll let that choke pull off. Make sure it's gonna. I'm gonna have to do something with that belt. Don't like that.
Yikes.
Yeah. We'll get that taken care of pretty easy. Got a pretty unique system for tightening that up.
So what are you looking for
Stop,
right now?
Cheska.
I just want to make sure that that choke pulls off. And actually, right now, I would think that's...
Where is that thing?
Yeah. We just want to see that thing get all the way open.
Oh, there it is.
And it could need, you know, it's going to need this piece right here, which, I don't know, if the engine's running fine, there's no other issues with it, I might just put a pull-off on it. It's opening up though fine though, right now.
And then you're going to go drive it again, basically do the same thing?
Yep.
Probably let it sit for like 20 minutes this time, because it was definitely worse at the 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Well, because that choke is, you know, driven for a while, come back, sitting for about 20 or so minutes, want to check this choke. What is that? And what's the case? So it's open now. But on these carbureted cars, a lot of you already know, you got to kind of pump the throttle to see if it's going to close. So there, now, if it was going to close, it would. But it's not staying open. So I think we're good here. Let's go ahead and let's see if this vehicle starts up and doesn't sit there and spin and spin and spin.
Time to call up Neil, I guess.
Let me get him on the phone.
Don't tell him now. Tell him we got it diagnosed. Come on down.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, get off. Pull that stuff. Well, we wanted you to come down and finish up with Volkswagen. Forgot about it. No, man. I'm not going to leave you today right now. I wanted to show you what we got.
What the heck is going on? I was just at a challenge area. Now what are they doing? They took me over here. What is this? I don't want to be over here.
I have not done anything, but the vehicle was driven, and we came back. It actually never did really like spin over not start, but it definitely had an extended crank, and then kind of fluttered a little bit. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. How do you know we already finished it? What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought you already worked on it. You got it going.
Well, I mean, you know, we need you to be down here, so, you know, to be a part of it.
Oh.
What do you mean? The carburetor starts for on where that? I don't understand.
When I was looking at it, trying to hold assembly, I was just going to tell you that. When it starts going on,
Yeah. Anyway, well, what auction are you at?
that's exactly what it
When?
was.
Man, I'm going out of town.
Why are these people not dying here?
Nice. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, yeah, I get it.
But I'd rather do it during races. I'll tell you, well, I don't mind doing it myself, but
Can you come by on Tuesday?
Yeah, you want to come by here on Tuesday?
yeah, I'll about it.
Alright. Come on by on Tuesday. We'll see you then. Alright, bye-bye.
What?
Sherwood has now shown me what Neil did. I
At
want
close
to
range.
Did I win? I mean, technically, you put a car on the stick, but I watched it. 100%. You turn the car on. I don't even know how to. Anyway, just comment down there.
Wait, what?
I gotta know what you guys think.
So there's gonna be a part 2 on one of the quarter standard. Because that's one of the cars.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Hold on, let me heal up here.
Leave the comments and let us know how we can kind of make it more competitive.
Yeah, like I say, technically the car on the man's gonna fix it. But I did it without any parts. So,
Saves a lot of money.
I mean, save her $34. Somebody would have
$34.
yeah, you can't get stuff. Anyway, how would you?
How do I see its core?
That way we can read their comments, and that way we can talk with him. Get some ground rules here. Part 2.
Is that big round? You know,
Wow.
Massive giveaway. So hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Comment down below. I appreciate this video. All the good stuff you guys do in the videos. Appreciate you watching.
Okay. I have no idea what quest we're even on. I had 3 things to do, and they keep pulling me away from that one. Are we done with this? Did we restore everything? Okay. No one cares for Virtuous or Paimon or anybody. Oh my god. Okay, are we done? No, we're not done. How do I leave the desert pavilion? Where was the challenge at? I know there was a challenge thing here, somewhere right there. Okay. Oh, there's a chest down here now, too. Are you kidding me? I need Dendro? Do you think I have a clue on how to do this, though? Chaska, what are you doing? I think I remember how the heck to do this. Your answer is no. I have no idea how to do that. No clue. Do I really need Tignari out here? You gotta be kidding me if I need Tignari. How do you even do this? What do you do? I don't remember. Oh, this? Oh. So I did need Tignari. I'm just doing this because I'm an idiot. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Where's the thingy at? Over there. Well, we can do another wish. Come on, Linnea. Hey, Linnea. Not Linnea. Okay. Where does it want me to go? No! That was a mistake. Huh. Okay. Nowhere. Where are the rest of the particles at? Oh, over there. Okay, I'm gonna go with that's everything over here. Oh my god, this story ain't great. More talking. Oh boy. Okay, I think I need some food. I'm gonna go make me some ham and cheese. Are we done with that now? Okay, now what do I have to do? Okay, now what? The one down there or... I guess the one down there. How are we doing here? Offer. Yeah. What did y'all give me? Nothing. Oh, this thing. Collect all three. Wonderful. Alright. Another one. We're getting closer to 70. Not close enough, apparently. Got two of these. We should be close on these, too, over here. Okay, wonderful. I'll take 11. Is that 101? 106. Okay. I have to go over there somehow. This direction. Where is the boop? The bloop here? It's supposed to be here, but where? There's three there. Okay. Not really sure what that did, but... Okay. We unlocked something, that's good. Maybe it was good. Thank you. We're going up or no? Okay. One, two, three. Oh. Thank you. Okay. No, don't. Oh my gosh, this holy sword will last. How does one get out of here? I appear to be stuck. Why do I appear to be stuck? Oh, I'm not stuck. Okay, here's the door. Alright. Three of these. Oh my gosh, Dad. What do you want me to do? Kill all those? $49 of them. How am I supposed to do that? Where are the... Oh, they're over there. I didn't know that. No, I had no idea. Okay. Where's the treasure chest? Okay, so what do they want me to do? Let me go over there. Looks like they want to. Wait, what's that thing? No. Oh my gosh, girl. But there's a thing over there. How am I supposed to do that? Oh my gosh, good job. Alright, good. Okay, do I have another wish? Yeah. Getting closer though. I wonder if those are going to be used for anything or anybody. As far as like upgrade materials, I feel like maybe. Okay, how am I supposed to get up there? There has to be a thing. Defeat the opponents. No, wrong person. Why aren't you going to the person I'm supposed to take you? Good, more of this. Alright. I'll be back in a minute. I gotta get some food. Okay. What is this thing? Now what you want me to do? I don't. Can you just like stop? Like so many things, man. Just. What are these things? Okay, I'm hungry too. Okay. What am I doing here? Hold on. Sorry, hold on. Okay, what are we doing here? What way am I even supposed to be going? What is this? And why did I... Whatever. Wow, I can teleport that far? Okay. Alright, I gotta get some food and I'll be back. I don't think anyone's watching this anyways. But, where's that? It's gonna be up here or probably up there, isn't it? All these little puzzles in here, man. Didn't drop anything? Is there anything out here I can do with this? No? Oh my gosh, girls. Stop climbing this. For here? No. Okay. What's up in here, though? Alright, nobody's watching, but, alright.